Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And for those who don't know me, I'm Rizvan and I talk about men's self-improvement. And today I have a quite interesting video for you guys because we're going to be talking about how to deal with toxic people. Because this type of content is not really out there on the internet. So I just want to talk about it. We all know how toxic people are. Them kind of people that just leave us tired, drained, annoyed. But I just want to say something to you that toxic people don't have to dictate your energy or your peace. There's actually ways that you can deal with these kind of people without cutting them off dramatically or even to make it a big part of your life. It's all about knowing how to protect your peace without really interacting with them. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you some insights on how to deal with these kind of people. Let's start with, let me tell you to, before pointing out fingers at people about them being toxic, I want you to have a look at yourself. Sounds weird. You're on this video just to learn how to deal with people and I'm pointing the finger at you, but just hear me out. You know, sometimes we focus on how toxic people are without paying attention to ourselves. Are we feeding into it or reacting into it? Are we enabling certain behaviors by not speaking up when we should? Or are we actually feeding that fire because we're frustrated at the other person? I know it's not easy to admit, but recognizing your role in the dynamic and the situation can make you understand who the actual toxic person is. And recognizing that is the first step to breaking that toxic cycle. It's not about blaming yourself, but understanding that you have control on how you react to certain situations or certain sentences. Once you realize that, your mind will start to shift. And once you've reflected on your role, it's time to start detaching emotionally. And you're probably saying, well, look, if I detach emotionally, I might have to cut that person off. And let me tell you, cutting people off can work. But to be honest, cutting people off when you're still emotionally attached to them, it doesn't really solve the problem. Even though you've cut that person off and you don't see them anymore, you're still thinking of them. It's kind of like you can't get rid of a bad habit by just ignoring it. You have to change the way you interact with it. You might block them on social media, stop hanging around with them, or stop going to places they used to go. But as long as you have them emotionally in your head, that person will still be in your head and it might be even worse. Emotional detachment also means that you're removing that emotional charge from that person or their behavior. You don't have to keep replaying what they did to you over and over again. Letting go emotionally doesn't mean you're okay with their behavior. It just means that whatever they done to you doesn't bother you anymore. You're at peace. And I want to address that you can't change toxic people. It's so tempting when we can just think that if we talk enough to them or if we give them time, they will change eventually, right? But here's the thing, the change has to come from them. It cannot come from you. You can't force someone to stop doing toxic behavior and push them into a good path. It doesn't work like that. If that person doesn't want to change, then it won't change. And you are not a Superman to change that person's behavior. It doesn't work like that. And once you accept that you cannot change that person, then you start to focus on your own actions. You don't have to keep trying to figure out how to fix them. Learn how to respond to them and how you protect your peace. And once you stop trying to fix them, you will open up this door of peace and happiness. And this next advice I'm about to give you, it really connects what we've just talked about. And that is to be honest with yourself and others. We often think that we have to be nice to avoid conflict with toxic people. We don't want to make things worse. We tolerate things that we shouldn't. But here's the thing, trying to be nice all the time, especially when someone's treating you badly, it's just a way of saying, it's fine, I'll just let it go. But you and I know it's not fine. Being honest is actually what sets the tone for healthier future boundaries. It's about telling them, hey, this isn't okay, without and doing it in a way which maintains your peace and doesn't get you sucked into drama. Instead of you letting things slide, you can just be respectful and firm. You don't have to shout and be angry. You can just be clear and direct. Now, this brings me into the next point, and that is to set boundaries, guys. We all know boundaries are so important. But there's this thing that people don't really talk about. What most people don't talk about is that it's not just about these big boundaries like, oh, I'm done. Like, I'm gone. You're cut off for good. Boundaries are also about the little things that you do every single day. It's about having the courage to speak up in the moment when that person is rude or is doing something that you don't like to you. It's quite a subtle decision to protect yourself in the real time. So boundaries are not always this big thing that if you do that, I'm gonna leave completely. You can set small boundaries every single day. For example, instead of letting someone intimidate you into doing something that you don't want to do, just say, hey, I don't really do that. You don't have to cut them out completely. You don't have to say I have boundaries. Just simply say, hey, I'm not comfortable in doing that. I don't want to do it. These small boundaries will show the other person that you have self-respect and that person cannot walk over you. And as you said, boundaries, here's something that you need to keep in mind, and that is to not match their energy. Toxic people love to drag other people into their argument or their emotional state. They want to provoke a reaction. What if instead of matching their energy, you keep your cool and don't let their energy drag you into their mess? When you create this dynamic, when you respond to drama with less drama or with no drama at all, you start to shift the entire interaction. You become the calm guy in the storm, not the actual storm itself. You don't have to get defensive and mirror their action. What you need to do is just stand your ground and show them that their drama won't affect you in any negative way. And listen, bro, your energy is like currency. Toxic people, they drain you without them actually realizing it, or even you without you realizing it. But your energy is very, very valuable. Your energy is one of the most important things that you can have. And if you let someone disrespect you in any kind of way which drains your energy, you will have less energy to pursue the things that you want in life, your goals, your passion, your next 10k a month. So look, if someone is draining you, it's okay to walk away, even cut them off. But like I said in the points above, you don't have to cut them off completely. You just have to react in a different way than you used to before. And also, it's okay to say no. And look, once you start guarding your energy, you feel a lot more lighter and more in control over your life. And look, toxic people can be everywhere. Your girlfriend might be toxic, your parents might be toxic, your brother. But it's okay to look. The only thing I should say about them three toxic people is that you should cut off your girlfriend if she's toxic, because come on, look, brother and family and parents, look, they're family by blood. If you have a toxic girlfriend, what the hell do you think is gonna happen when you marry her and her actually being your wife? Come on, it's common sense. But anyways, guys, I hope this video helped you to understand how to deal with toxic people. And if you want to know how to be more masculine, click on the video that just popped up right now. And like always, I'll see you next time.